In this video, we will tackle 2 Python code challenges. So let's get it started. Challenge number 1, the class score calculator. So it says you're a teacher who needs to quickly calculate the average score for a recent test. So we want to get the average of a class for a test. It says you have a list of student scores. Your program should use a loop to add up all the scores and then calculate the average score by dividing the total by the number of students. So we start with defining a list of scores. So let's call it scores. So let's give some scores for our class. And I add one more, 18. All right. So we need to go through all of these scores, sum all of them up, and then divide by the length. Let's define a variable that will hold the sum of all of these variables. Let's call it sum. Let's call it total sum, which is for now 0. And we can use the for loop. So for score, we need to loop over all of these values in this list and add them to this total sum. So we will do for a score in scores. And then we will say total sum equals total sum plus score. So basically, every time the for loop, we will pick the number and we will add it to this total sum. And then all we need is to divide it by the number of scores we have for our test. So I would say number of scores. And for this, we can use the length function to get the length of the list. So we will get the length of our list, which is the number of scores. And then the average will be total sum divided by number of scores. So let me also print the average score is, and then I can put average here. All right, let's run and see if this works. So it says the average score is 13.75, which seems reasonable given these numbers. If I add a score, say 0, and if I rerun this, it will go a bit lower. So it looks fine. This was a very simple challenge that shows how we can use a for loop to, for example, find an average of a class. Let's move on to the second challenge. All right, the title is the even number finder. So it reads, you are given a list of numbers. So again, we have a list of numbers. Your goal is to create a program that creates a new list containing only the even numbers from the original list. The program should loop through the original list. And here it's a hint how we can do it. So it says that the program should loop through the original list, check if each number is even, and if it is, add it to the new list. So basically, we have an original list. Let's make our list. Let's say we have our, I'm going to just call it numbers. And I will have some numbers, 3, 2, 4, 3, 84, 12, 9, and 10. So we have some numbers, and we need to get the even numbers. Similar to the first challenge, I will define an empty list, this time an empty list. So let's say even numbers. So it's an empty list that I will fill in as we loop over the values in the original list. So we will say for number in numbers. Now we need a way to determine whether an item, a number, is even or odd. So we can do this by dividing the number by 2, and if the remainder is 0, then it means it's even. If not, then it's an odd number. So we would do if number We use the modulo operator to find the remainder. If this equals 0, so basically we first find the remainder when we divide number by 2, and if it's 0, it means that it's an even number. In this case, we will add, using the append method, the number to our list. Quite simple. We check if the number is even, we add it to our even numbers list. And finally, it should print the new list of the even numbers. So I'm gonna also print the original list using fstring. This is the original list. So I'm gonna first print the original list, and here after this I'm gonna also only even numbers, and I'm gonna print this. All right, let's run this and see what happens. So normally we should get 2, 4, 84, 12, and 10. And indeed we get what we wanted. So we have only the even numbers. This is also another very simple example showcasing how we can use for loops and if statements in Python. I have also prepared 2 other code challenges, the VIP party host and the daily task lister, and I will post these in the description section of the video. If you want to challenge your Python skills, go ahead and try and solve them. And let me know in the comments if you faced any issues or problems. In the next video, we will learn how functions work in Python. See you then.